Any questions on the floor? Anybody has any burning question you want to ask Aqilah?
I got a very maybe stupid question, but I'd like to know when the parents are no more there to help their children with special needs, who will care for them and what's happened to them?
Hi, may I know your name?
Maya.
Maya. Hi, Maya. Well, I think that's a great question, actually. It's one that many people have asked. And, well, basically, the natural choice would be, once the parents are gone, the siblings take over. But life is such that, well, you know, not every sibling will want to do that. So, I guess it's still an ongoing question. Some stay with whoever they can stay with. Some get placed in homes for the rest of their days. It's still not quite an organized puzzle. The pieces are not yet there, but we're working on it. But yeah, like I mentioned in the book, and with Denise's effort as well, Denise and her team, there is a model. There is, the ball has started rolling, and we have no excuse for for saying there's no example to follow or anything, because Denise and her team have started the dream. It's up to the rest of us to continue pushing it on. And perhaps one day, somebody will find your question much easier to answer, really. Yeah.
Thank you, Aqilah. Well, okay, I wasn't going to put you on the spot, but since you want to answer, go ahead.
I don't think it's just for the government. I think like every other parent, whether we have special needs children or not, we make plans for them. But with special needs children, we have to make more plans, you know. And the ball has started, like what Aqilah said, the ball has started rolling. And in 2006, there was a group of parents who formed this parent work group to look after, to see how we can enhance the financial security of people with special needs, not just autism, especially when the parents are no more capable or have passed on. And there were several recommendations, and some of the recommendations were applied already, implemented. One of which is, we know the rich people will have private trust, you know, and then you have nurses or people to look after them. And so then there are those who are average income, may not be poor enough to receive financial aid from the state. And they, so there are some options currently for them. The CPF, we can put it aside, and it can be disbursed on a regular basis, and is at a special interest rate as the rest of CPF. And there's another one, which is a special needs trust company. It's a combining of resources amongst average to middle income people. It's still not accessible to some people who may not have as much resources, but at least it's for the middle income, and they can come together for a trust, together also with a care plan. Two companies were formed actually, a special needs trust company by some of the MCYS, another is the CPF scheme. So it's all, actually tomorrow we're having a whole conference on this. And so it has started rolling, but I think very few people are interested in actually planning for the future. We're just very worried only. And so I think the take-up rate is not that high anyway. So those VWOs who are doing it will have to do a better job to encourage people to plan. We were also told that normal people don't plan very much financially as well, especially. So we'll see how it goes. And there are things, I mean, there's things like daycare center that we are starting, employment centers, but it's just a lot of work, so we must do it together. Okay, and if you're interested, come and join us. We need a lot of help.
My name is Davide. I am a student at Tisch Asia, New York University. We do filmmaking. It's not really a question, it's like kind of an announcement. I tried hard to get access to families in Singapore that are dealing with autism, and because I wanted to do a documentary about these realities here. And unfortunately, I didn't find, I haven't been lucky with my research. I found a lot of closeness. You know, people are close to that. I can understand that. I mean, I think that it's important to raise awareness. You know, all this week it's supposed to do that, and so I just wonder if in this place there are like some people that could be interested in what I'm trying to do, and you know, trying to make contacts with them, or also if there are like leaders of some organizations here that could help me, that know someone that could be open to this opportunity. Yeah, I've already done some works in this subject, so I can show also some stuff that I've made before here in Singapore too, not with autism but with Down syndrome. So just to show that I'm a sensible person, so that I can deal with this argument, you know, right away. Okay. Thanks. What? Yeah, I'm a student, you know. But I don't think that was the problem anyway.
Well, you do the documentary. I'm sure Denise can get free airtime for you over Channel 5. They're a bit short of programs nowadays. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions?
Actually, I have a question.
Yes.
For Aqilah, how did your parents explain to you about your brother's condition when he was diagnosed? I suppose he was diagnosed much as he grew up.
You all heard the question? It was how did the parents explain brother's autism to her? Yeah.
I don't think they really ever did. I was the only child for 6 years, and then my brother came along. So I just kind of took it for granted that he was the way he was from a baby, and he was growing up. I didn't think that I was any different from anybody else who had siblings. So in primary school, I had this idea that, well, everybody else who has a brother or sister, well, they have the same life that I do. And I don't think my parents went out of their way to emphasize that my brother was different, or you know, give him special treatment. I mean, like I mentioned in the book, if we both did wrong, we both get yelled at. It's the same thing. So yeah, I guess it was never an official sit down, this is what your brother is, you're gonna have to deal with it kind of thing. No, that wasn't the case. I just grew up with it, and it was natural. And I guess, you know, when I grew up even more, I find out, ooh, actually that's not quite normal. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Hi Aqilah, very happy to be here today. Congratulations. I have a question for you. So what do you think is the biggest misconception about autism?
Two things pop into mind immediately. First is superstition. There's a stigma, I think, with special needs. It doesn't have to be autism. It could be cerebral palsy, it could be Down syndrome, Asperger's syndrome, whatever it is. There's a stigma going around that if you have a special needs member of your family, a member of your family with special needs, you've done something wrong in your life, and this is retribution, so woe betide you. And you know, that's one of the misconceptions. Like I write in the book, if they believe in reincarnation, they'll tell you that you've done something wrong in your previous life. If they don't believe in reincarnation, you've done something wrong last week. So yeah, the second misconception really is that autism is a sickness and that it can be cured. And it's not. It's not a sickness, it's a condition. It's a part of the individual who has the condition, and it cannot be cured. It's a lifelong thing, and the best thing we can do really is to, well, help everybody get along. The special needs and the regular people. That's the best we can do. Yeah?
How can the condition be improved?
Sorry?
How can the condition be improved?
The condition can be improved by raising awareness. There's this part in the book where I wrote about Denise's experience in England, actually, where the schools, the mainstream school and the special school were merged together, and they had the opportunity to mingle. And so these children were exposed to special needs from a very young age, which we don't really get in Singapore. We grow up, normal, and we see our friends and we take things for granted. And then when we get older and realize that these things exist, we go, oh, okay, we take a step back. But these children, like in the village in England, they grow up with it. So I guess I grew up with my brother. For them, it's a natural thing. They accept it and it's integrated. So, well, rather than, like I write in the book, rather than trying to raise awareness at the 11th hour, like, hey, now let's get started, it's the best when we can start from young, from ground level up. And that's where people will be more accepting. The 11th hour is still not too late though, I'm hoping. Yeah, so I guess, things can only improve from now on.